G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be creating a remote dashboard, as you can see on the right side, which will allow you to control your smart TV. We'll be able to control the functions of the TV, as well as call various applications or apps to display on the TV. So let's crack into it. Alright, the first thing you need to do is go to your Hackstall. If you haven't got it installed already, you can view my previous video, and I'll drop a pin in the video. Let's go to front end, go explore and download, and you're looking for the media player. Next, what we need to do is add our TV to our home assistant. So in my scenario, I've got a Sony Bravia. Let's go to settings, let's go to integrations under the device and services, and click on add integrations. Next, what we'll do, we'll search the word Sony and click on the TV, and what you're going to do is follow all the automated steps, and when it's been added, this is what you'll see. You'll see one device with multiple entities. So those are the prerequisites. So go through configuring your device, make sure you can access it from Home Assistant, and we'll move on creating the card. Alright guys, so let's create our first dashboard. Let's go to Overview, go to the menu, Edit Dashboard, give it a name, click Edit, and click on the sidebar. Next what we'll do is click on Add Card. The first one we're going to do is a grid. We'll set it as one column. So we use the whole surface, and we are going to click and add in a second grid. Let's turn off render cards as squares, and for the second grid that we've just added, we're going to give it 3 columns, and we're going to turn off the render cards as squares as well. Next what we'll do is add 3 different buttons. We are going to get rid of the entity. We are going to turn off the show names, and we'll click the plus button. Add a second button, turn off the entity, turn off the show names, and repeat one more time. So now what we have is one grid for the whole dashboard, a second grid with 3 buttons, and click save. So this is what it's supposed to look like for the top of it, and to give it more of a visual, let's click this is cleaning up. Click edit, select one, which will be this card here. And what we're going to do is give it the icon. So this will be the power. And the entity is going to be our TV. So if you click, if you type in media and select what TV you added, and click save. So now we've got your first button added. So when you will click on it, it would trigger the TV to turn on. Let's click edit, click on our second, and what we're going to do is give it an icon. And same for the third one. The third one will be return. Home export. So you can set your icons to anything you want. If you go to Google and type in MDI. There'll be thousands of various icons you can use to create. And we click save. So this is the first grid complete. Alright, let's add in our second grid. So let's click on edit. We want to go back to the top level. Click on the plus button. And let's add a second grid. And it shows below the first grid. So the second grid will be adding our applications that our TV is capable of utilizing, such as Netflix, Plex, Prime, YouTube, etc. So yours might be different, and the amount of columns will just determine how many applications you want to add. So in this example, let's put in 4, and what we want to do is add picture cards. So then let's go through, copy, add a second one, paste from clipboard, add a third one, paste from clipboard, and so on. And then let's click save. And as we can see, we've got 4 different pictures underneath. So the next thing we need to do is source our images for our logos to represent what service we are calling. In the description below, I will give you the website I was using to get my images, which is World Vector Logo. By searching up here, it will give you several examples. So let's grab the Netflix photo, and we're going to be downloading SVG images. Next, what you want to do is save these files by going to your add-on store. Ensure you've got a VS Code editor, either in Home Assistant or in your PC that you can access. And what you want to do is go to the www folder, if not create one, make a new folder, and I've called it remote, and this is where you want to paste all of your SVG files. To paste them in, you're going to need a Samba share, which is this application here, and it can be seen on my first video on all these add-ons that I've got here. So going back to our dashboard, going back to edit, and click on the second tab. What we're going to do is go / local / remote / and we need to confirm that's what it's called. So I use a external VS Studio Code. And this is my VSG. So what you need to do is ensure the I is capital. I've misspelled the extension. And then we got it. Then we go to the second one. So if you copy this, and we can change this one to Stan. Then go to the third one. And another one we can put in is Plex. And finally, let's put in the SBS. And click save. So now we've got our top controls, our shows that we're going to be clicking to call on a service. And next one to do is do a selection bar. So let's add in another control for navigations as well as volume, fast forwarding, etc. So let's click on edit. In the top column, we're going to click and add one more grid. We're going to turn off rendered squares, and then we'll be adding 3 columns and a whole bunch of buttons. So quickly get rid of that, and to make it easier, we'll just go copy and paste. So you should have 9 buttons. What we're going to do is the first one, there'll be no icon. Third one, no icon. Sixth one, correction, 7th one, no icon. And the last one, no icon. So let's go back to the first one, and it'll be arrow. I like this nice bold one. Arrow tech bold maybe. Into the second one, sorry. Then we go to the 4th one, which will be left. Then the 5th one, which will be a tick to confirm. I think there's a better looking one. Let's go to the 6th one, which will be our right arrow. Alright, 1 second, let me just copy quickly. And finally, we want to do our down arrow, which would be number 8. So now we've got our controls for navigation, and what we need to do is add 6 more buttons for volume, mute, pause, rewind, and fast forward. So let's go through, add a dashboard, edit, go to number 3 because this is our 3rd grid. And then let's copy 6 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 will be volume down. The next one I'll have is mute. And 12 can be volume up. Then 13 will be rewind. Followed by pause play, and 15 will be our fast forward. Forward. Skip forward. And this is our layout. Click done. So go through creating all of your layout, and we'll go through the coding next. So the next step, we need to create several scripts depending on what TV you have. And to find out what you need to do is go to settings, go to integrations, click on your vendor of the TV brand, and click on the documentation. The documentation will tell you what it supports. So, for example, here on a Bravia TV is a template how you would navigate to a various application by specifying YouTube, for example, and then specifying it's an application. So when you click on that button, it will open up the application YouTube. So to see it on Home Assistant, how you would do it is, let's go to settings, let's go to automations and scenes, click on scripts, and as you can see, I've got several scripts that the TV is getting told to do. So for example, the first one was the home button. So the name can be anything, icon can be anything, and it is a single mode. The service is a remote send command. I am targeting my TV, which is a device, and the command is home. Now, you might be asking, how do I know it's the home command? If you go back to our documentation and scroll down, there'll be a section that specifies some of the commonly used remote commands. So realistically, I've created a script for every one of these, except the numbers, as currently I don't see a point using them. So home, return, confirm, definitely the errors, and definitely these three. So once you've created it, you click save, and then you create these other buttons which have the same sequence. And then let's go through adding, let's go through assigning the script to the buttons. Let's go to overview. Let's click on edit. Scroll down, edit, and click on number 1. And in this case, the entity, it's our TV. and because the TV itself has a entity already, I didn't do a script for it, but then we're specifying it's going to toggle when you press it. So it's going to turn on or off depending on what state it's already in. For the second one, which is this one here, which is the navigate home, let's type in home. Sony Bravo TV underscore navigate home. Then we scroll down. We're going to ensure that the tab actually is toggle. And click on done. So when we click the TV on, and we go to settings and go to integrations and to the TV, we can see the TV is on. And also it will light up the controls. So we can click home, and if we go to settings, scripts, and we can see 14 seconds ago it was triggered. And then if we click this button again to turn it off, it will go back to white. And if you go to confirm it by going settings, devices, services, your TV and device, we can see it's been turned off. So we're going to go through and assign every script to the top 3, as well as all of these ones here. So I'll pause the video and let you do that, and I'll give a sample script in the description below as well. Alright, so what we're going to do now is create our final component. We're going to be calling on our applications. So let's go back to our Sony Bravia TV documentation and use it as a reference. So this is the same way for applications and channels. Let's go back to our Home Assistant, go to settings, scripts, to our script, and for the first one, let's look at Netflix and expand. So I've given the name TV open Netflix, given the Netflix icon. It is a single mode, and the service I'm calling is the media player, which was one of the prerequisites we talked about. We're adding the target, which is our Sony TV, and then we're using the integrations template, specifying YouTube and application. Netflix app. And it is the same format for YouTube, for example. Or Spotify. Next, let's assign it to our remote. So let's go to overview. Let's click on edit. Let's scroll down on edit and go to our second tab. So what we'll do is scroll down, and what we're going to do is when we tap on it, when we press that button, we are going to call a service, and the service we're calling is script.sony Bravia TV _ open Netflix, and click on save. So next, when we turn the TV on and we'll go to our device, we can see it's turned on, and click on Netflix, and then we go to settings, go to scripts, and to scripts, we can see we just turned it on. So that is it. That is all, folks. We've successfully created a touchscreen remote for your TV, which we can control your on, navigations, voice, etc., as well as have several applications without navigating through your TV. Thank you all for watching. Please leave me a comment, a like and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in the next videos. Stay safe.